Now, each and every time to calculate 17%, 75%, 60%. So, how to split? Let me give you an idea how to split. See here, how to calculate 20%? How to calculate 20%? So, 20% how you calculate? You calculate like this, 10% into 2, or if you divide it by 5, you are going to get 20%. So, 20% how you calculate? So, 10% into 2 or 1 by 5. Okay. Next, 25%. 25% how you calculate? It is nothing but 1 by 4. You divide it by 1 by 4. 25% means 1/4. So, you divide it by 4. So, if you want to calculate 25%, directly you divide it by 4. Okay. Next, 30%. How to calculate 30%? So, 30%, 10% into 3. 30%, 10% into 3. Next, 40% we have to calculate. 40% how we can calculate? That is 10% into 4 or 50% minus 10%. 50% minus 10% or 20% into 2. 20% means 1 by 5. 1 by 5 into 2, you are going to get 2 by 5, means 40% means 2 by 5. So, when they tell you or when they ask you to calculate 40%, automatically these things has to come to your mind. 40%, 10% into 4, 50 minus 10 or 2 by 5. Somewhere if you get a fraction like 2 by 5, then you have to consider it as 40%. So, 40%, 2 by 5. Next, 50% you have to calculate. 50% is nothing but half, 1 by 2. 50% is nothing but half, 1 by 2. Next, you have to calculate 60%. So, how to calculate 60%? So, 10% into 6 or 50% plus 10% or 60% means 23s are 60. So, 20% into 3. What do you mean by 20%? So, 1 by 5 into 3, you are going to get 3 by 5. Into 3, you are going to get 3 by 5. So, 60% you are going to get 3 by 5. Next, you want to calculate 70%. So, how to calculate 70%? Again, 10% into 7 or 50% plus 20%. 50% plus 20%. It depends upon you people what type of splitting has to be adopted. For few problems, it will be easy to calculate 50% plus 20%. For few problems, it will be easy to calculate 10% into 7%. Next, you want to calculate 75%. So, 75% means 3 by 4. 3/4 is nothing but 75%. If you want to calculate 75%, then directly you do into 3 divided by 4. You are going to get 75%. Next, you want to calculate 80%. So, how to calculate 80%? So, 80%, 10% into 8 or 100% means the number itself, 100% minus 20%, 100% minus 20% or see here 24s are 80 means 20% into 4, 80%. So, 1 by 5, 20% means 1 by 5, 1 by 5 into 4, that is 4 by 5, that is 4 by 5. So, whenever you get a fraction like 4 by 5, you have to consider it as 80%. Whenever you get 80% to calculate, automatically these things has to come to your mind. 80% means 10% into 8 or you subtract 20% from a number, you are going to get 80%. Otherwise, into 4 by 5. Next, 90%. 90%, 10% into 9 or 100% minus 10%. 100% minus 10%. Very simple thing, 90%. Otherwise, 9 by 10. You can write it as 9 by 10, 90%. Okay. So, very simple to calculate. Now, you people have learnt how to split and what are the fractions. Now you have learned how to calculate 20 percentage, how to calculate 30, how to calculate 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Okay. In the middle, if you want to calculate 35 percentage, you calculate 30 percentage and then you add 5. If you want to calculate 38 percentage, you calculate 40 and you subtract 2. Okay. If you want to calculate 47 percentage, you calculate 50 and you subtract 3. So you split the given percentage value, you can easily calculate the answer. Okay, you can easily calculate the answer. So this is, if you want to convert to percentage format, so this is the best methodology. Now you have to learn the values of the fractions and their respective percentage values. See here, 1 by 2 means how many percentage? It is 50 percentage. 1 by 3 means how many percentage? It is 33.33 percentage. Okay. So 2 by 3 means how many percentage? It is 66.66 percentage. These two values are very, very important. Okay. Next, 1 by 4 means how many percentage? 25 percentage. 1 by 4, 25 percentage. See, these values are very, very important. To solve the problems in the data interpretation, you should know these values. If you know these values, then it will be very, very easy for you people to convert the fractions into percentage form. Okay, from percentage to fractions, if I want to convert, so in the previous thing we have explained in detail, but now from fractions to percentage if you want to convert, so you should know the values of the percentages of the respective fractions. Okay, so 1 by 4, 25 percentage. Next, 1 by 5, 20 percentage. Next, 1 by 6, that is, see here, 1 by 6, half of 1 by 3. See here, 3 into 2 is equal to 6, but I should get 1 by 6. So 1 by 6 means 1 by 3 into 1 by 2. 1 by 6 means 1 by 3 into 1 by 2. So 1 by 3 means 33.33. So half of 33.33, that is the value of 1 by 6, that is 16.66 percentage. So you should learn how to calculate the percentages for the fractions. See, 1 by 6 I don't know, but I know 1 by 3. 1 by 3, 33.33. So 1 by 6, how much it will be? Half of 1 by 3rd is 1 by 6. So 33.33 by 2, 16.66. Next, 1 by 7. 1 by 7. So it is 14.28 percentage. 1 by 7, it is 14.28. Next, 1 by 8. So 1 by 8 means half of 1 by 4. See here, 4 into 2, that is 8. So I should get 1 by 8. So 1 by 8 means half of 1 by 4 is 1 by 8. 1 by 4, 25%. So half of 25%, that is 12.5%. That is 12.5%. Now you have to calculate 1 by 9. So 1 by 9 means what? 1/3 of 1/3 is 1 by 9. See here, 3 into 3 is equal to 9, but I want 1 by 9 means 1 by 3 into 1 by 3. So 1 by 3, 33.33 divided by 3, which is equal to 11.11. So 11.11 percentage. So 1 by 10% means 1 by 10 means 10 percentage. Next, 1 by 11. 1 by 11 means 9.09 percentage. 9.090909 it is going to come. So we take two numbers after the decimal point. Okay. So 9.09 percentage. So from 1 by 2 to 1 by 11, it is very, very, very important. These values should be in the tip of your tongue. Whenever the people are going to ask you, or whenever you are going to get the problems, so you have to be ready to implement these values. Okay. For example, sometimes you may get like this. You have to calculate 5 by 7. What is the percentage of 5 by 7? So this can be written as 5 into 1 by 7. So 1 by 7 means what is the percentage value? 1 by 7 means what is the percentage value? See here, 5 into 1 by 7 means 14.28. So 5 by 7 into 100, please don't do that. Instead of that, do like this, 5 into 14.28. So after simplification, you are going to get the value. See, 8 5s are 40, 4 carry over, 5 2s are 10 plus 4 14, 1 carry over, next 5 4s are 20 plus 1 21, 2 carry over, 5 1s are 5, 6 7. So 71.40 percentage. See, after decimal point also you are going to get 2 digits. Okay, so 71.40 percentage. Very simple to calculate. You may take one more number. You may take one more number. Consider one more number. The number is like this. See here, 8 by 9. 8 by 9 you have to solve. 8 by 9 is nothing but 8 into 1 by 9. So 8 into 1 by 9 means 11.11 percentage. So after simplification you are going to get 88.88 percentage. You are going to get 88.88 percentage. Next, see here, this 8 by 9 can be written in a different format also. What is the difference between the numerator and the denominator? It is 1. So remember, it is 1. And what is the value in the denominator? 9 is the value. So you write 9. And in the above part also you write 9. And you take one more fraction, there also you write 9. And in the above part, what number you have to write to get 8? What number you have to write to get 8? See here, I have to write 1 and I have to subtract that. So by doing this, I am going to get the value 8. So 9 by 9 means 100 percentage. Next, 1 by 9 means 11.11 percentage. Therefore 100 percentage minus 11.11 percentage. So how much you are going to get? You are going to get 88.89 percentage. See, both are same. Both are same. 88.89 percentage. Both are same. So this is the methodology how to calculate the percentages with the help of the fractions. So these fractions are very important. Based on the practice only you can decide what methodology you can adopt. Here we have learned what do you mean by percentage. So percent means per 100. So why we want to convert everything for 100? You people have learned. Based on that, it is very easy to compare. Next, to convert the fractions to percentage, so what we have to do? Into 100. From percentage to fractions, if you want to do, what we have to do? We have to divide it by 100. So conversion to percentages you have learned. From percentage to fractions conversion also you have learned. Next, how to split the given percentage values, 50%, 75%, 60%, 37%, 28%. So splitting those things and to calculate you have learned. Next, 20% how to split, 30% how to split, 40% how to split. So those splitting techniques also you have learned, and the fraction values and the percentage values, respective percentage values to the fraction values you have learned. 1 by 2 what is the percentage, 1 by 3 what is the percentage, 1 by 7 what is the percentage. If you get a fraction means, then how to convert those things to percentage, that also you have learned. And one thing you have to learn here, see here, it's very important. It's very important. For example, see here, 250 by 365, you have to calculate how much percentage it is. So into 100 it takes time. The thing is, you can reduce the fraction value, but sometimes you won't have the scope to reduce. At that time what to do? See here, very simple. Numerator is less than denominator, then obviously it is less than 100%. Then you take 10% of the denominator. You take 10% of the denominator. So 10% means 36.5. Next, what number I have to multiply to get 250 or very near to 250? So 80%, do we have to multiply 80%, or do we have to multiply 7 to get 70%? It is very difficult. Okay, so because of that reason, what you do? You take 50%. Next, addition or deletion we can identify. 50% means 365 by 2. So, which is equal to 2 ones are 2, 2 8s are 16, 2 2s are 4, 182.5. But you should get, see, you got 182.5, but you got 250. What is the difference? Almost 70 is the difference. That 70 you should get. 10%, that is 36.5. So, 70 means what you should do? Into 2. 36 2s are, how much you are going to get? 72. Okay, so into 2, see here, 2 5s are 10, 1 carry over, 6 2s are 12 plus 1 13, 1 carry over 73. So, into 2 if you do, you are going to get 20% means 73. So, altogether how much you are going to get? 73 means 5, 5, 15, 1 carry, 255 you got. But you should get 250. Next, what do you have to do? You take 1%. You take 1%, that is 3.65. So, you subtract 1% and you check. If you get the answer, then fine. Otherwise, you subtract 1 more percent. So, this is the methodology. If you practice this methodology, definitely you can save lot of time. You may take one more example. You may take one more example. See here, 274 by 379. 274 by 379. How to calculate? Very difficult. See here, you take 50% for this denominator. 50% means half. You take 50% for 379, that is 1 by 2. So, 2 ones are 2. Next, 1 carry over, 2 8s are 16, 2 9s are 18, 2 5s are 189.5 you got. But how much you get? You should get 274. What is the difference? Almost 85 is the difference. Almost 85 is the difference. Then see, 50% you calculated. Next, you take 10%. You take 10%. So, 10% is 37.9. 10% is 37.9. So, what is the difference between these two, 274 and 189.5? Almost 84 is the difference. Almost 84. Almost 84. It is not the exact difference, almost difference. 84 is the difference. So, now 37.9. So, what number we have to multiply to get 84? See, into 2 if we do, we get very near to 84. See here, 9 2s are 18. 1 carry over, 7 2s are 14 plus 1 15, 1 carry over, we got 75.8. So, 10% into 2, 20%. So, for 70% we got 75.8. Still extra how much we should get? See here, 84 minus 75.8, we want almost 9. So, how we can get 9? See here, you take 1%. 1% means 3.79. So, into 2 you do, into 3 if you do, it is more than 9. So, into 2 you do, so 1% into 2, 2%, so 72% is the answer. Almost 72% is the answer. But in your exam, you have the options. With the help of the options, you can solve these problems very easily. With the help of the options, you can solve these problems very easily. So, this is a simple technique, very easy technique. Only thing is you have to practice. If you practice, definitely you can save a lot of time. Okay, let's go to the problems. Problem number 1.